Hi, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How you all doing today? I'm back once again for yet another deck tech, going back a little bit further in time again. And I figured that since this is going to be going up on the 4th of July, I better do something red, white and blue. So all my American friends who follow me on the stream and have looked at the channel and subscribed hear and enjoy this. So I went through the commanders I had sitting around, and I picked a red, white and blue commander that I haven't done anything about before. So here we go. Today's deck tech is all about Akim, the Soaring Wind. 2 blue, red, white for a legendary creature, bird, dinosaur. It's got flying, it's 3/4, so that's okay. Not great, but it's okay. And whenever you create one or more tokens for the first term each turn, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. And then for 3 a blue, a red and a white, creature tokens you control gain double strike until the end of turn. I thought this was a bit of fun, and it was one of the few red, white, blue commanders I haven't really thought about yet. So here we go. This is what I was thinking about. Please come below in the comments, let me know what you think. If you don't like it, tell me so. If you love it, tell me so. If you've got any improvements, tell me so. If you happen to be someone who really understands graphics on PCs and can do me a new logo, please get in contact with me. I can't pay for it, but I can, put it up on the YouTube channel. Anyway, here we go. Usual setup. I've gone with some of the usual mana stuff I have. So we've got Mox Tantalite, we've got Soul Talisman, we've got Soaring, we've got Arcane Signet to help ramp us up to get there. We've got to get up to 5 mana, don't forget, for Akim. We want to get there as quickly as we can with the colours we've got. We've got a nice selection of lands. There are some basics in here just in case anyone does play anything like Blood Moon. So it's 2 islands, 2 plains. There should be 2 mountains somewhere. I went past them because I can't do spelling this morning. But the rest of it's there. Red Mesa, Guild Gates, Boris Guild Gates, Cascade Bluffs, Castle Ardenvale, Castle Vantress, Clifftop Retreat, so on and so forth. I forgot to put in, you could put the other castle in as well, the red one that came in this set, which I can't remember what set it was now because I'm really bad. Someone Throne of Eldraine. Castle Embercleave might have been. That could go in as well, but I haven't got one on MTGO, but I would add one in if you had it. But what we want to be doing is trying to make tokens every turn, because we want to be getting these nice little 1/1 bird creatures that can fly in the air and give us a nice way to win. So how are we going to get tokens every turn? The most obvious answer, because we're playing white, is here. Smothering Tithe. Yes, Smothering Tithe is becoming one of those cards at the moment that isn't being reprinted. It's going up in value and so on and so forth. And it's even going up on MTGO, where I play most of my commander nowadays. However, if you can get one, it's worth having. They're great. With this deck, it's fantastic. If you get it down early, people, late game, they may pay the 2. But what you would be getting with this out and Akim out is a 1/1 flyer every turn someone draws a card. And don't forget, if people are drawing multiple cards, they're not going to be able to pay all the mana to stop it. Yeah, okay. You're only going to get 1 bird token for multiple draws, but you're still going to get your bird token. It's really good. I've chucked in Intangible Virtue. We'll jump back through the rest of the cards now, but that's kind of the main thing I wanted to show off. Intangible Virtues there. Go and get your creature tokens you control, get +1/+1, have Vigilance, that helps. And then we've got lots of ways of making tokens once we've got Akim in play. So, Legion Landings there, when it comes into play, it becomes a 1/1. You get 1/1 white vampire, which still seems around with lifelink. That gets you in there. You've got Sticky Fingers, which is a nice little enchantment from Streets of New Capenna, which only costs 1 red mana. You put it on a creature and goes, whenever this, gives the creature menace, which is really good. And it says, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Can't complain at that, can you? So it can't be blocked by 2 or more creatures, and you're going to get a treasure token when it hits one of your opponents. Seems like a cunning plan to me. Raise the alarms here, get some soldier tokens. This is the instant version, don't forget, so you can get Akim out and players at the end of your opponent's turn, so you get your 2 1/1 white soldier tokens plus your little bird in the air. Server Exhibition is just another variation, but it's sorcery. Not quite sure why that was sorcery, but anyway. Sunset Revelries here, yes, it may give you creatures, but it's also because you're probably going to get a little bit behind at some stage. You may be down on cards, well, because you're casting a lot of your stuff's low stuff, as you can see. And it gives you that extra card draw, so it helps. Birth from Letters helps fix the mana a bit for basic planes. It also gives you a token, which is a 0/4 wall, so if Akim's out when you play this, you can get your bird as well. Ominous Seas is nice. I played this a lot in Ikoria Standard online. Obviously, it was the middle of the pandemic when this came out in the UK, so yeah, we had to play online. We didn't get any option with that. And this is a card I really liked. You could draw lots of cards. I had ways of drawing cards, and because it says remove the 8 counters, create the 8/8, and it doesn't say at sorcery speed, you can do it at any time, and it's really good. Again, it's another way of creating your little bird token, but if you can get an 8/8, you're better off, aren't you? We all know that. Battlecry Goblin's quite good fun. Because you can give it haste and you can attack if you've got something that's greater than 6, you could create a little 1/1 goblin, which would then create your bird as well on your turn. So bear it in mind. And it also gives everything, it gives itself haste and a few of the other bits and pieces we have in here. We have Dragon Fodder, we have Krenko's Command to create those goblin tokens. I've put in expressive iteration. Hopefully by the time this video goes up on the 4th of July, and happy 4th of July Day to all you Americans watching this. It hasn't been banned in Commander. I don't think it will be. But it's here, and it gives you a bit of card filtering, so it's quite nice. Improbable Alliance is there. Draw your second card, get a fairy token. Draw your second card, get a fairy token, get a bird token if Akin's out. It's all very nice. And then obviously you've got, once you get to that point where you can hit the 6 mana and draw and discard, you can trigger it on anyone's turn, so you get the extra card draw and the extra token. I've put in Halo Fountain. I still like this card. I'm possibly getting a little bit obsessed with it now, trying to make it work. But at some stage, I'm going to be able to get it to work and have my 15 creatures and win the game. So we'll see. We'll keep trying it in decks with white in until we can get that far. Sworn Companions is probably the weakest card in the deck. I couldn't think of anything else better to put in, so I wanted to create some more tokens. But 3 mana for 2 white soldiers where lifelink isn't great. On the same side, what's going to put in here? You could replace it with one of the sort of like Oblivion Ring ideas. Probably not the worst idea in the world. You could do that, but I'm going to try it out this way for the time being. A Delane Resplendent Cathar's in here. It's a nice big body with vigilance. It creates tokens, so you can't fault it. Mystic Naga, I decided to try out. It was kind of interesting to have a bit of ninjutsu in here. But if you get to deal combat damage, you get to create a token that's a copy of it, and then you also get to create your 1/1, and it keeps going. So we'll see. Jace is here because if you can get to 5 mana and pay the kick and get a copy of it, it will also trigger Akim. Know that for a fact, so I've done it. So from that point of view, it's quite good fun. It's a bit of filtering with the Planeswalker idea. You know, the copy would be the one you want to do the scry on, and then 0 off the main non-token version. So bear that in mind. Goblin Slide is quite fun in this deck. You are casting a lot of non-creature spells. There aren't that many creatures in the deck. If I just move this slightly, there's only 11 creatures in the whole deck. Everything else is things. So with this in play, you're going to be casting your creatures, and hopefully with an extra mana floating around, you can get your 1/1 Goblin, which is a cunning plan, and obviously tricking Akim again. Chandra's in here because she creates tokens. This version does. The rest of it's not particularly good, to be fair, but you know, the token creation for 3 mana seemed like a cunning plan. I'm not really sure why I've got Sarkin in here, apart from the fact I'm just going to be drawing and discarding with him and hoping we can get him up to 7 to get the 5 dragons. It's kind of one of the mini win conditions. Exotic Pets is here. You've all probably seen this in Streets of New Capenna. People have lost to it in draft probably by now. I know I have. But it creates 2 fish tokens that can't be blocked. Okay, they may not get +1/+1s on them or counters or anything else, but they can't be blocked. They will get through and ping people. And admittedly, if you can get this with sticky fingers on one of these, it's not a bad little mini combo. Raven's Warning is here. Obviously it comes into play, creates a bird token which will trigger Akim, and then whenever one on walker creatures you control will fly and deal damage for play, you look at their hand and draw a card, and then you may put a card. The last part of the saga's completely irrelevant. There's no, unless something's been exiled and you can get it back. I'm not 100% sure that's how it works, but if you know any better, let me know below. It'd be good. So Saheeli's in here. Again, we're casting lots of non-creature spells. We'll create some servos while we're at it. And the other version is Saheeli's in here. So we can create a token that's a copy of a target artifact or creature. so on and so forth. Put them both in just for a bit of a laugh. Anointed Procession might as well be in here. We're going to be making lots of tokens. Let's make more of them as we go along if things are good. Captain's Calls here. I prefer this one over Sworn Companions to a certain extent. 4 mana for 3/3/3/1/1s is fine by me. Felidar Retreat, you might as well have it in here. Do the landfall trigger, get the cat token, trigger Akim, it's all good. Smothering Tithe I talked about as one of the main reasons to build the deck. Amelia's Angels here. It also produces white bird tokens, which is quite fun, so it goes with Akim quite nicely. And it's landfall, so it's easier to trigger. Sarah the Benevolent I put in because obviously the +2 ability for the first point is to give all creatures with flying you control +1/+1 until the end of turn, and then you can create a 4/4 angel if you need to. But going up from 4 to 6 quite happily, you should, in theory, be able to put the emblem out as soon as possible if you need to keep your life total nice and high. Starheim Unleashed is here. Oh, not sure why it's not showing up. There you go. Basically, it's going to be full tail till I get lots of mana available, and then try and get a whole load of 4/4 angels. Try and another kind of win condition type thing. Talaran's here. Absolutely no brainer to play him. If we're going to have them in here, we might as well have that in here. We're casting so many sorceries and instances, ridiculous. You might as well get the 2/2 Drake tokens with flying as well. Empty the Warrens, another goblin thing, goes really nicely with Battlecry Goblin. You will get it off, you will be able to do things, you will be able to storm it, it's quite fun. Yeah, okay, I'm still obsessed with the dragons from Neon Dynasty, so the red one's in here. I've talked about that in so many of my videos now that I'm not going to bother again. Beetleback Jeevsin comes into play, 4 mana with 2/1/1 red goblins. Again, works well with the Battlecry Goblin, so I've had it in here. Unexpected Windfall creates treasure tokens. Don't forget, we're talking about any type of token when it comes to Akim, not just creature tokens. So I figured having Unexpected Windfall would be a good idea, because we're going to get the treasure tokens, and that will trigger Akim as well. Aven Wind Guides in here. Creature tokens you control have flying and vigilance, which makes all those little soldiers quite useful. But it also has Embalm, so it does trigger itself because it comes back as a token that's a copy. So if you do get it killed off and you have to embalm it to bring it back, it will trigger Akim, and you'll have a nice 4/4 in the air that does all the same thing, and an extra little birdie to go with it. Narset Transcendence purely here because we are playing so many spells and things that aren't creatures and land. It's worth having in here for the +1 ability. And realistically, by the time you drop this, starting on 6 loyalty, you should be in a place where you can get it up to 9 by just ticking it up slowly and protecting it. Heroic Reinforcements. It might be a case at some point you get to cast a lot of creatures in one turn, and I've got a couple of spells you can probably see on the far side here that I'll get to in a minute that will do that. And then giving them all +1/+1 and haste could be a game winner. Don't know, we'll see. Have to see how it goes. The Heroes in here purely to exile annoying enchantments and artifacts and tapped creatures. No other reason for it in here. Yeah, okay, the +2 helps where you discard a card. If you play this and you've got 2 lands in play, nothing and doing anything, getting rid of one and hoping for something better is a good idea. The -8's completely pointless in this deck. You're not going to be researching for an artifact or a creature. But the +2 and the -2, if you can alternate them every turn to deal with stuff, it's not the worst plan in the world. I decided to play Outlaw's Merriment, just purely for the laugh factor. I liked a little bit of randomness in my deck to see what we could get. The trample and the haste is quite good. The lifelink and the haste is fine. The 1/2 ping something is okay. I prefer the first one, obviously, but we might as well play it and see what we get. Similarly with Rabble Rousing, whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, and then if we control 10 or more, which we probably will do a lot of the time, we get to cast whatever we've hidden away for free, so we can't complain at that. Doomscar's in here for a little bit of creature control. This will be full tailed as soon as I play it, probably, or see it in my hand. Increasing Devotion, get your 5/1/1s, and then if you can flash it back for 9 mana late in the game, you get 10/1/1s. It puts you very close to winning the game with Halo Fountain, don't forget. Right. I've chucked in Riona Fire Dancer purely because she can make tokens that are copies, and if you're going to copy something, you can copy like Emiria Angel, for example. It's not the worst thing in the world. You don't really want to copy your legendary stuff, so it doesn't trigger work like that. But yeah, copying something that's not a legend and getting a load of tokens copies that have got haste until the end turn at the worst thing in the world. You can, push comes to shove, you can copy a dragon, goblin token or an angel token. Might as well use that up. Teferi's in here because if you're playing blue and white, why wouldn't you play Teferi, which is probably one of the strongest planeswalkers in that colour pair ever printed from my point of view. Draw a card and tap a couple of lands. Yeah, you've got no real counter spells. You have got Path to Exile and Source to Plowshares. There's a little bit more removal. So having a white land untap's not the worst thing in the world if you've got one of them in your hand. And don't forget, whenever you draw a card and get the -8 off, exile a target permanent and opponent controls. You want to hit that and get there as soon as you can. Ventor's in here for exactly the same idea. It's interesting, they both have the last ability. If you look, whenever you get an emblem, whenever you cast a spell, exile target permanent. You get an emblem with whenever you draw a card, exile target permanent opponent control. So this is you're gonna draw your cards and exile something. If you get this one off as well, whenever you cast whatever you draw, you get to exile another one. It's a cunning plan to me. It's also quite nice that Venser does the -1 thing that makes all your creatures unblockable for a turn. So you can actually go in and go bang, I'm going to hit everything, and pump so much mana from this. Your goblins you've created will kill your opponents quite happily because they just can't be blocked. Elspeth's here. Obviously, the main reason she's in the deck is the token creation from the +1 ability, but the -3 to destroy everything with power of 4 or more is fantastic as well in this deck. You aren't really casting anything apart from one creature you can see on the screen that's got a power of 4 or more. I mean, even Akim's 3, all the goblins are 1 and 2, there's nothing. Even Riona's 3/4. So having that ability to go play this, hit you, nuke all the things that are over 4 power or more is fantastic. I'm trying out Song of the World song in here. Not really sure why, but whenever I cast a spell, I get to populate. And if I'm going to create tokens, I can create more tokens, and so on and so forth. It seemed like a gamble, so I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. 6 mana for something that's going to have probably wait a turn after it's in play is a little bit much, but we'll try it out and see. Triplicate Spirits is in here purely because I can convoke it. There's no other reason for it. I imagine this will cost me 3 mana for 3 1/1 flyers at some stage. So yeah, Locust God you might as well have in. It's something that goes back into your library if it dies. You don't have to worry about getting it shuffled back into your library. You do have to worry if it gets exiled, because obviously it just stays exiled then. But whenever you draw a card, creating those 1/1 red and green insect tokens with flying and haste will trigger this as well. So it seemed like a cunning plan. We all know what Cure of a Best of Sea God. This is one of the ways you win. You get it into play, you get your 8/8. The next turn you tap all non-land permanents target opponent controls, and then hopefully you go in and smash them out. And the other opponent, whoever's left at that stage, you'll just nick one of their best permanent and go with them from there. Brass's Bounty is purely because it creates artifacts. Hopefully, it can save you if you're getting a bit mana dependent or mana wrong, however you want to put it, and go through it all and take it all out. Obviously, if you've got this if you cast this with this in play, you do get a little 1/1. This is one of the cards I was talking about, saying it's a shame this isn't for each token you could control, but at the end of the day, you might as well have that in here. Margin's in here, so you can actually remove the indestructible counter and create a spirit for each permanent you control. It's very, very stupid and very, very good. So we're trying that out in here. The last 2 cards I did hint at earlier. You've got White Sun Zenith. It's instant, it's pretty good, and it gets shuffle it back in. So once you get to 5 mana, 6 mana, getting some 2/2s every so often is really nice, especially if you can do them at instant speed when Akim's in play, and get the extra token to go with them. Likewise, Decree of Justice goes off once. You can do it early game if you're stuck. Hopefully you get sort of like 4, 5 mana in play. You can cycle it, get a couple of 1/1s, or you wait until you've got a lot of mana in play and just dump a whole load of angels on the board. There are some things in the deck that I haven't put in. That I'm sure people will comment about, say, why haven't you got this here? Academy Manufacturer is the obvious one at the moment, to my mind. That could go in quite happily. There are other things that go in that produce tokens. You could play some counter spell, counter spell, mana drain, something here. So you've got a bit of control. You could probably play a couple more like wrath effects as well. But I want to try it out. As far as I'm aware, 4th of July. Get together, everyone celebrates in America, you have parties, get together, so this is like a big get together. So I hope you enjoyed this little deck tech this morning. Like I say, I'm Matt, I'm Rekmar Gaming. I'll be back as soon as I can be with another video for the YouTube channel, but I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you all soon. After I've read all your comments, I hope to see more of you. Please leave a comment, let me know. Subscribe to the channel, come and follow the link that's in below in the description to the Twitch channel. Come and follow me there as well. Come watch us play. I stream on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and most Sunday afternoons. About 8 p.m. UK time until about 10, half 10 UK time on the Tuesdays and the Thursdays. On Sundays, it's the middle of the afternoon over here, so it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which I think East Coast of the States is about 9 o'clock in the morning. But if you're around, you want to come and see me, say hi. But for now, thanks for watching this video. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.